Here are the classwork exercises from April 29th. In question 1, we were asked to find the solution set, and again, the word solution could be interchangeable for any of the following: roots, zeros, x-intercepts. Those are all synonyms for solutions, so those could be used in the problem. So basically, we're asked to solve this equation, and in order to do that, we have to set it equal to 0, which it already is. And then we're going to factor the left side. We have x squared minus 5x. So we could factor out an x out of each of those terms. And then we're going to take x squared and divide by the x that we factored out, and there would be an x remaining. Bring down the minus sign, then we're going to take 5x and divide by x, which would be a 5 equals 0. Each of these factors has to be set equal to 0. So x is a factor that's set equal to 0, so that's one of our roots or solutions. And then we're going to set x minus 5 equal to 0, that factor equal to 0. In order to get x alone, which is the goal, we're going to add 5 to each side. X is equal to 5 is another root. And when they asked to write it in a solution set, they want it bracketed with the lowest root first and then the higher one. So we're going to put bracket 0, comma, separate the roots, and then put a 5, close your brackets. The next question was labeled question 5. What is the solution set of m squared minus 3m minus 10 equals 0? We have to factor this left side. A is 1 and C is negative 10, so we need to find integers that multiply to be negative 10, but add to be a negative 3. And of course this is going to require trial and error, but once you do that, the best pair of integers would be a negative 5 and a positive 2, since negative 5 times 2 is negative 10, and negative 5 plus 2 is a negative 3. Set the factored version equal to 0, and in order to get your roots or your solutions, set each of these factors separately equal to 0. M minus 5 equals 0. In order to get m alone, we have to add 5 to both sides. M equals 5. And then we have to set the other factor, m plus 2, equal to 0. Take away 2 from both sides to get m alone. M is equal to negative 2. And again, write your solution sets in brackets. Negative 2 is the lowest root, and then put the higher root of 5. These are your two roots or solutions. And the last question was number 7. We're finding again the solution set to the following equation: x squared minus 5x plus 6. A is 1, C is 6, so A times C is 6. We need to find integers that multiply to be a positive 6, but also add to be the b value, which is a negative 5. So the way to go is to use x minus 2 and x minus 3. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. Negative 2 plus negative 3 is negative 5. Set each of these factors equal to 0. X minus 2 equals 0, and x minus 3 equals 0. Add 2 to both sides. X equals 2 is a solution or a root. Add 3 to both sides over here. So x equals 3 is another root or solution. The bracketed version would be brackets 2 comma 3. Again, the comma separates the roots.